Yo guys, what is going on? JPS back with another video, and today we're going to be reacting to why America is not the greatest country, how stupid are Americans, and this is a TikTok compilation. So, a triple-edged sword, if that's possible. And this has been a trend recently among reaction channels, particularly American reaction channels, and I figured, why not join in on the fun and see what my fellow Americans have been posting on the internet as of recently. So, let's get right into this. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. Here we go.
Y'all, what the fuck? Y'all can take your kids to Galactic Toys, drop them off at Kid to Kid, and then go next door and buy yourself an AK-47. The land of the free and the home of the...
Alright, that was a little much.
This wall can't be climbed. This is very, very hard. Plus, it's designed to absorb heat, so it's extremely hot. The wall is, you won't be able to touch it. You can fry an egg on that wall. So it's a very, very hard thing to climb.
That's hilarious. Manic Hispanic.
Wait 1 second. If I had to describe Americans in one clip of this. America.
What's something that's clearly a scam but Americans have been conditioned to believe is normal?
They think the United States is like the best country in the world. You guys are like miserable. You don't get paid vacations. You get in debt to study.
Paid vacations. She's from Spain. I can hear it. Spain.
You have to pay to go to the doctor. Guns, just guns. Your prison system sucks. Metal detectors at school, like, not that you have that, but that you need that. Just everything in general. And you call yourself Americans.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not disagreeing. Those are definitely some big drawbacks from living in the United States, but I wouldn't say everything about living here sucks. Maybe she was Portuguese. Let me know in the comments. I think Spanish, though.
American currently living abroad, what is one time that made you realize that America really messed you up?
So I started my new job in the Netherlands. This was 3 years ago, and I was going through the company policy the first week. And I got to the section about leave, and they have a holiday leave, like PTO, and then they had sick leave in two different areas. And I was reading about sick leave, and I turned to my coworker, and I was like, I don't understand. Like, it talks about like the requirements for sick leave and like doctor notes like after 3 days, but how many sick days do we get a year? And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, how many are there? It doesn't say. She's like, it's just if you're sick, you're out. I'm like, I don't understand. She's like, it's unlimited. It's just if you're sick, you take a sick day. She was confused. I was shocked. There's a moment I realized we're fucked up in America and how we deal with people being sick with work.
The U.S. healthcare.
A lot of that draws back into healthcare and capitalism and a lot of the ways we run our country, but I've talked about it before. This is not just work. It's the same way with school. Sick days at school, like, you can miss it, but if you miss a day of school, you're not coming back. Like, the systems in place for absences and missed work, especially in accelerated classrooms, are just awful. Like, I don't know a person who hasn't gone to school sick. Like, every single person I know has gone to school sick at some point, including myself. I've gone to school sick a bunch too, because you just can't. Getting behind is worse. You have to tough it out. That's just how it is.
Our system is insane. I just want to start this off by saying that I have really good insurance under my parents' names. And I had to go to the ER in November for a cluster headache that was on day 2 that would not cease after migraine medication, everything that I could take and think of. So I had to go to the ER to make the pain stop because I literally couldn't do anything without shooting pain. Anyways, for the one visit, $34,000. $28,000 is not covered. My mom goes, well, when you go to the ER, did you check that they were in network? And I said, it's the same building where I go to my other doctors. I figured it would be in network. She goes, no, Lindsay, sometimes if the ER doctors are not in network, you have to check for the individual doctors. I'm like, Mom, it's the ER. You think I don't check that before I go? I just
Why are these so cringy, bro? Like, why is everyone on TikTok like this? Yeah, that's a good point. It's a good point. Healthcare sucks here. I just
What
wish
is
you
one
would have
time
said it
that made you
differently.
realize that America really messed you up?
There's a lot. This might have to be a series, but here's the first one that comes to mind. It's really two things in one. One night in mid-November, I woke up, I was having really bad chest pains, and I was like cold sweating and everything, all the symptoms of a heart attack. And I was sitting there in my bathroom like, should I call 112 for an ambulance? It's going to be so expensive. There was a moment I literally thought about riding my bicycle to the hospital because it's about a 10-minute bicycle ride away from my apartment. I called the ambulance in the end. It was completely covered by my insurance. After I had the heart attack in the hospital, it was around 5 or 6 in the morning when I woke up. And I remember the first thing I thought was, I need to get my phone. I have to tell my boss I can't come into work today. I mean, the first thing wasn't like calling my mom. It was literally calling my work because I didn't want to get fired. I wasn't going to get fired in the Netherlands for that.
I'm kind of curious.
No, that honestly, he's not even really over-exaggerating. That is the thought process. You're always worrying about the damn insurance. Even with like non-emergency things, then you can look up even more. You end up just going down rabbit holes. It's like, I don't know what to say. It is the way things are.
What is the dumbest thing an American has ever said to you?
When I was in high school, I was asked, what language do you speak in England?
I'm kind of curious. What is the dumbest thing an American has ever said to you?
Well, I remember visiting Warner Brothers, and our tour guide, in the beginning of the tour, he asked us where we all were from, and I told him that I was from Turkey. And every single time he would show something or tell us something, he would always say, well, you probably don't have that in Turkey. And I had to correct him every single time. It would be highways, but you probably don't have that in Turkey. Dumpsters, you probably don't have that in Turkey. Stray cats, you probably don't have that in Turkey. Netflix, you probably don't have that in Turkey. Ellen show, you probably don't have that in Turkey, and stuff like that. Like, where do you think I'm from? What do you think is here? A desert? Do you think we're riding camels?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Honestly, probably did.
I'm kind of curious. What is the dumbest?
That's kind of the basis for my second channel, is like based in that stereotype about Americans that I am not really innocent of. And it's like the not knowing anything outside of the borders of the United States, not knowing where things are, not knowing what it's like at this place, and that. I still need to expand more and more, getting out of my comfort zone. But it's true. People know nothing. For the majority of Americans, know nothing outside of the United States. And I'm not stereotyping or generalizing. I would love to see some geography test results from the general American population, because they would not be pretty.
Dumbest thing an American has ever said to you?
So before having an American driver's license, I only had my Danish one, and I had to use that at a store, at a Walmart. And the cashier looks at my Danish driver's license and she goes, "Oh, where are you from?" And I tell her, "Oh, I'm from Denmark." And she says, "Oh, where's that?" And I say, "It's in Scandinavia." And she goes, "Oh, where's that?" And I tell her,
"Okay, those aren't bad
that's
questions."
in Europe. And she goes, "Oh."
Okay, never mind.
"Oh, so in Canada." I did not know how to respond to that.
I'm kind of curious. What is the dumbest thing an American has ever said to you?
So when I was in Savannah, Georgia in 2015, I met a guy in a bar from Cleveland, Ohio. And after a short conversation, he asked me where I was from. So I said, "Oh, I'm Welsh, but I live in London, England, UK." And he was like, "Oh, wow. Your English is really good for someone that isn't American." No, sorry. I live in England. My first language, English.
No.
He was like, yeah, I know where England is, but your English is fantastic. How did you learn it so well? I'm like, well, in England, they speak English. That's kind of where the word English comes from.
I said, I don't think that he's good for you. How do you know what's good for me? That's my opinion! Don't you get it? Why can't anybody have an opinion but you?
Damn, bro, we got some haters. Okay. There were some valid points throughout this video, I will admit. America, while we can debate whether or not it's the greatest country, and I will still debate that, I honestly don't know how I feel about that. That's actually would make for an interesting conversation. Is America the greatest country in the world? I know everyone right now watching this is screaming no, but I don't know. I really don't know. It probably depends on who you are living in America. But anyways, that was a cool little TikTok compilation. Again, TikToks are kind of hard for me to digest because of the nature of them, but we got through that one. So if you guys have any other ones you'd like for us to watch, throw them in the comments down below. I felt like this one was just necessary, as I've seen so many other American reaction channels do it, and it was time we own up to what the general populace is like, which is not very pretty, unfortunately. Not very skinny either. But anyways, hit the like button, guys. Hit subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.